Hey guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Archer's Powers. This is part 27, and I know it may have been a while since I've last done an upload of What If Izuku Had Archer's Powers, mostly because I wasn't suffering from writer's block. I was still debating if I wanted to keep this, and over time, I made a decision and decided, yes, I'm going to keep doing this. So, in the last part, in secret, Izuku helped All Might with the fight against him in All for One by using a broken version of Gay Bulge and allow All Might to get a second win and a second chance to defeat All for One, but still losing the power of One for All. And now has passed the torch to Izuku. Alright, with that said, let's get into this. Right after that night, Izuku decided to leave Momo's place early so he could get back to his place, saying that he would arrive early in the morning, not worrying his mother, as Momo is worried about him, wondering on why he would come out this late and still not saying anything. As she begins thinking, Izuku, did you go to Kamino Ward that day? As Izuku is now sweating bullets, saying, what gives you that idea? I just left early and I didn't know where else to go because, as she realized, okay, I know you're lying. So you were there. Why? Can you tell me this? Please. I'm not just your classmate, but I'm your girlfriend. You know this. As Izuku saying, okay, yes, I was there. And I did help out All Might in somewhat. As she realized you helped, and as she remembers all those small needles that fell from the ground onto All for One, saying, that was you? You're the one who did that? A lot of people believe that it was some kind of vigilante, or maybe a hero from the shadows who didn't want to get caught in the crossfire. That was you? As he rubs his hair and begins laughing a little bit while closing his eyes, as he's saying, you are so reckless. You know what could happen if they find out that you, as he's saying, I know. And I know I'm still recovering, but I just had to do something. At least something from the shadows. I know it seems wrong, and I don't regret my actions, but I do regret keeping it from you. So, I know that it's not going to be easy for you to forgive me, so as she soon just kisses Izuku on the cheek, saying, I know you're going to be doing stuff like this all the time, so you better keep me more in the loop anyway. Got it? As Izuku blushes and steam comes from his head, saying, okay, I promise I won't keep things from you anymore. As he soon just activates One for All full cow and soon just jumps off as she just smiles. However, Izuku's saying, I can't completely promise you that, because he's still keeping the secret of One for All to himself. After that, he arrives back home with Inko still worried for her son and glad to see him back, as he arrives just on time about saying when he would be there. After that, All Might soon declares his retirement and calls him to Dagobah Beach, just like he would in canon, as All Might still with a pretty bruised and battered arm and bandages are all around him. As Izuku calls out to All Might calls out to him, and just like before, he gives him a Texas smash as Izuku is saying, what was that? Why would you do that, All Might? As he's saying, young Midoriya, I know the media doesn't know about what happened at Communal Ward. Those little needles, they had to come from you. As he's saying, wait, how did you... I know how your quirk works. You say that you can use projection and morph your weapons into anything that you want. And not only that, you must have used One for All to disassemble it and to shoot out little arrows that would feel the same power of One for All. In the same way, one of those needles hit me, and I felt somewhat of One for All coursing into one of them. As Izuku saying, damn it, I guess I was off. I've never been off on one of my calculations when I shoot an arrow. As All Might saying, so it was you. As Izuku begins nervously freaking out, saying, and yet, you did it in a way that wouldn't that people wouldn't notice it was you. You still helped me. You still supported me. And not only that, it shows on how much you've grown using One for All. I'm proud of you, young Midoriya. And now, I'm truly officially retired as a hero. I can't save you and everyone in UA anymore, in Class 1A, at all. As Izuku saying, but does that mean that you... Don't worry, I'm still your teacher. I still plan on staying UA. I will keep on training you, young Midoriya, no matter what. As Izuku hears this and cries out, saying, thank you, All Might. Thank you so much. Thank you. As they two have each other in their embrace. After that, Izuku, as just like in canon, All Might in Eraserhead goes to everyone in Class 1A and tell them about having each student in the dorms after what happened with the summer camp. Even though Bakugo wasn't taken, they still want to include it because of how the villains were able to get in with them keeping it more secretive. However, the media doesn't see this more as UA messing up, since Izuku prevented the League of Villains taking Bakugo. So some of the parents are okay with their kids going to UA dorms, especially since Izuku was the one who saved everyone, showing that Izuku has grown as a hero. However, that changes with Inko, who basically doubles down on not letting Izuku go to the dorms, and especially UA, as not only it's true that that Izuku saved everyone, and even Bakugo during the summer camp, but he almost nearly died. And not only that, his condition was way worse than it was in canon, since his quirk was basically killing him in the process, both projection and One for All. So yeah, she doubles down on this, especially on All Might. But however, just like in canon, Izuku still convinces her to let him go to any other school, even if it doesn't have to be UA, that he can become a hero, no matter what. As she still feels defeated by her own son, and allows him to go to UA's dorms, and with All Might still making the promise and vows to protect Izuku, and promises to teach him better, no matter what. As after that, everything goes like canon, with everyone packing up their things, with Izuku all going to the dorms. As for that, nope, everyone still doesn't know that Izuku and Momo are dating just yet, but But they will say something once everyone is fully settled into the dorms. They promise, knowing now that they're going to be that everyone's going to be living together. Just like that. However, Aizawa doesn't give out the same speeches that he did to everyone in Class 1A about if All Might didn't retire, he was going to expel everyone except Bakugo, Jiro, and Toru because they weren't involved. However, since Bakugo wasn't taken and Kirishima, Ida, Shoto, Izuku, and Momo didn't go to rescue him, he doesn't make the same threat that he did before. So yeah, nothing like that. As everyone feels less intense, and also Suyu doesn't say how she feels about that things in Class 1A might change because of what happened. As for Bakugo, well, there are some differences. Bakugo doesn't feel more responsible for all what happened to All Might since he was taken, and he doesn't feel like he's the main cause for, well, what happened at the summer camp about the tension. However, he does keep his distance from Izuku for another reason. For that, Bakugo feels responsible that his best friend, his childhood friend, almost killed himself. It's the main reason why he hasn't, text, message, or even called Izuku back after what happened with the summer camp. He's keeping a distance from him, feeling like he's like it was his fault that he nearly died and all that. However, Izuku doesn't know this, but he does know there's something wrong with Bakugo. After that, as everyone fully settles into the dorms, Izuku and Momo finally bring everyone to the living room, to the first floor living room, as everyone wonders what they had to say, as both of them together, and some of them realize that they were actually holding hands, as Mineta soon see this saying, "Oh my God, you two are a couple, are you?" As a couple people, Class 1A begins thinking, "There's no way, that's not true." As soon after, Mina thinks, "Oh my God, that's so adorable." As both of them, as Izuku saying, "Yes, we are a couple." As soon after, Mina's and Jiro began asking, "When? How? When did you guys get together?" As they explain, they say they got together right after finishing after finals exam and the beginning of the summer. As they're saying, "Not that long ago?" As he nodded, with them blushing like crazy. As Ochiko sees this, because she still actually has feelings for Izuku, but she's glad that he's happy, but she still feels a little bit down and defeated on what happened. But still decides to just swallow her pride and glad that her friends are together. After that, a couple days gone by again, with Aizawa explaining their situation, that during the summer camp that they were supposed to train, that they were training not just their training for the provisional license exam with their quirks. Now that they got somewhat of that training taken care of, even though it was interrupted by the League of Villains. So now they'll be working not just on their quirks, but also developing their special moves, with a couple of teachers helping out, just like Cannon, Midnight, Ectoplasm, and Cement Toss, with just like in Cannon, with All Might also helping out as well, even though it's his day off. However, All Might does have a teacher's assistant, since he can't use his quirk fully like he used to. as I feel like it would be a good idea to give All Might a teacher's assistant that could help him out since he's not able to use One for All anymore. I feel like this could have been done in the main series as well. But, at any rate, as All Might introduces his new teacher's aide, as a woman with navy blue armor soon walks up, and with hair and blonde hair and a braid, as everyone begins thinking who she is, as Izuku recognized her being a hero nerd and all, as the woman has a spear flag, as he says, "Wait, I know her. She's the Saint Maiden." As everyone noticed this Saint Maiden is Joan of Arc from Fate Grand Order and Fate Apocrypha. If you guys have watched the anime of Fate Apocrypha and played Fate Grand Order, then yeah, she will be helping out All Might, still being their hero teacher instructor for Class 1A. And not only that, she also knows about One for All as well, since she was actually one of All Might's sidekicks alongside Sir Night-Eye. So yeah, as All Might asked for her help to be his teacher assistant since she was working as a solo hero before All Might retired. But when she heard about All Might's retirement, she was the one who called him first before he called her, as he asked for the favor of her being his teacher's assistant and helping him train Izuku, as she agreed 100% and realized that Izuku has quite the potential to become a great successor for One for All and the next number one hero and symbol of peace. However, All Might has not told Izuku this just yet. As for her quirk is called, Ruler. She can cancel anybody's quirk. However, they have to stand at least, 5 feet around her. So anyone that's in her 5 feet radius, their quirks will no longer work. And yeah, since Joan of Arc is the ruler class in the Fate universe, I figured that's something she would need, a quirk that shows her authority in some way, being a cancelization quirk. So yeah, as she helps out a couple of the students in Class 1A with their quirks anyway, mostly with Momo, who has incorporated using katanas thanks to Izuku since their fight during the sports festival, and during her internship with Power Loader, also helped her out using creating stun-based weaponry like a stun baton and a stun rod, and she also learned how to create more than one time. As for Izuku, she actually helps him out learn how to use a spear more effectively, since he never actually learned how to fight, since he was self-taught most of the time anyway. However, everyone believes that Izuku already has a special move, and that being his unlimited blade works, which is true. However, Izuku has one problem now. He's now blocked out using unlimited blade works, and even his Bakuya and Kenshiro handgun bayonets, since he's still scarred from the fact that he killed Muscular. Because even every time that it's even brought up, like when Kaminari brought this up in the beginning before they started training, Izuku could remember what happened to Muscular, about all those swords, spears, and blades all inside of him, begins and feels the urge to throw up every time that it's even mentioned. Momo's the only person that notices this and tries to comfort Izuku. However, Izuku still struggles to find a pretty good substitute for this, for unlimited blade works, which is hard for him to do. But he's still working hard and tries to find another way to use it. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And I'm really going to enjoy making future what if parts on this series. And see you guys later. This is Mooky signing out. Later.